Good afternoon and happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to the recap. My name is Sexy Harlem 125, and I am your host this Sunday for the recap. Welcome, Sonia J. I hope you are doing well on this Sunday. Um, I come through to do the recap for the previous week, which was Monday, the 3rd of March, Wednesday, the 5th of March, and Friday, which was the day before yesterday. Now, I hope everyone has turned their clocks forward. Remember, we fall back and we spring forward. So right now we springing forward and we done lost our extra hour. I don't like it either. Yes, everything is well with me. I had my infusion on Thursday, and whereas last month it took me a while to get back on my feet, it seems like I'm back on my feet today. So I guess you could say it only took like 2 or 3 days for me to get back on my feet. Okay, I'm ready for spring, but I want my extra hour too. I know, right? We just lost that hour. We just lost that hour. It is gone, girl. It is gone. Not to be had until fall comes back. So we are doing the recap episode 10. I cannot believe that this is a 10th episode. But we got a lot more to go, okay? Because these questions that I have, if you remember, I said I brought a book. The book has 3,000 questions, so I will be doing this for quite a while. And I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Okay, so we're going to start with Monday. I'm not going to hold y'all because I know right now the streets are hot. So I'm not going to hold you. We're going to start off with Monday, which was the 3rd of March. And the thought of the day was our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is to keep going. And I had a problem with that when I first started my YouTube channel. When I first started my channel, it was like all you had to do was get the 500 likes or something like that. It's been so long ago. We talking about 2014, child. But I didn't have very many subscribers, but I was able to monetize my channel. Hi, Patrice Cunningham, Internet Granny. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. So when I started my channel, back then I just figured it was easier, and I did get my monetization fairly quickly. But when I started really looking into my analytics and stuff like that, and how much I was being paid, let me tell y'all something. When I looked at my analytics back then and saw about how much I had made, you're not going to believe this. It was $2. It was $2. I said, you know what? It's going to take me for forever to get to the threshold, which was $100 at the time, right? Yeah. Oh, wow. So I got frustrated, and I said, man, forget this. I'm going to turn this monetization off. Looking at it now, I'm glad I did. Okay. Because even back then, when people were getting into arguments, and we talk about uploads, we ain't talking about going live. We talking about uploads. So beefing has never been my thing. It's never been my thing. Even back then with the uploads, I mean, I did a few uploads to answer to someone, but I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I turned my monetization off. So you might as well say I quit, right? Shortly after that, I kept uploading when I wanted to, and things like that. But I had also taken some time off because my sister passed away. And that was years after. Because I could have easily turned, at any time, turn my monetization back on. But the way things are looking now, I don't want to be monetized. I have reasons for that. I have reasons. Well, one of the reasons is this would be like a job. And I'm just not into that. I want to come on when I want to come on, when I have something to say, something like that. But I didn't want my channel to die. So I started thinking of positive ways that I could do my content. Long story short, here we are now. I have found my niche. This is it. I do have another channel that I keep saying, pay more attention to. And now, since I'm up and running just a little bit more earlier, and I have, the infusion that went through me, and I'm doing well, I can pay attention to that channel this month here. So I did quit, but it says the most certain way to succeed is to keep going. Now I had to find something that I like to do, something that spoke to me, and something that did not um, did not involve me tearing anyone else down, because I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do it. I just don't feel like it. And at my age, I shouldn't have to. So I kept going. And here I am right now. And I'm going to keep going. Monetization for me is not important. What's important to me is to keep bringing the content, and whether it's, 4 people, 5 people, 7, 12, it doesn't matter. I could be up here talking to my doggone self. Okay, I could be here, sitting here now, talking to my doggone self. Once I make a commitment, and I committed myself to this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and to come on Sundays and interact with the audience who wants to participate. So I kept going. I picked the ball back up and said, you have to do something. So this is my something. Okay. Now, the question for that day, which was March the 3rd, 2025, do you think driverless cars is an advisable invention? Driverless cars. This means nobody's driving. Okay, the car is driving itself. I'm guessing that you put directions in, and the car goes to wherever you're directing it. I don't. On that, it's like being in a Uber or a Lyft, and they're just taking you where you need to go. I don't think it's advisable. It's a no for you too, huh? Yeah, Sonia. I don't think it's quite advisable, simply because um, they didn't say anything about accidents. You know, we are flawed as humans. So a human being is going to have to put in the directions for this car to go. And since we're flawed and we're not perfect, who's to say that this is going to be perfect? So it sounds good, but I don't think they really worked the kinks out yet. Internet granny, I don't think it's a good idea either. I really don't. So that's my answer. I don't think it's a good idea. So we're going to move on to Wednesday, March the 5th. And the thought for that day was always desire to learn something useful. Yeah. You should always desire to learn something useful. I don't mind learning new things, and as long as I'm interested in it. Sometimes you cannot be interested in a certain thing, and then you start learning about it, and then something clicks. It's like, oh shit, I do like this. Like, history was never my thing. Not in high school, not in junior high school. History was never my thing. But now, like in the last 20 years, history has been quite interesting to me. So, and I'm not just talking about Black history. I'm talking about history, period. I love my Black history, and I do want to learn more things that are useful to me that I don't know about Black history. Okay, so um, you should always desire to learn something useful, especially if it has something to do with cooking or making something or being able to remember it and bring it back forward in a conversation. Did that make sense right there? Because it didn't sound right to me. Yeah, it is, especially when it's useful. That's why I said cooking and making things, because without a lot of the people that are crafters, engineers, we wouldn't have the things that we have right now. Okay, if we didn't have the person that invented the air conditioner, which was a Black man, by the way, we would be frying. Okay, frying. What about the fan? We wouldn't have any air had they not made these inventions. So it is useful, the desire to learn something new. It's useful. You should always want to learn something new. Amen. So the question for that day, which was March the 5th, 2025, how many hats do you own? I'm talking about the hats that you wear. How many hats do you own? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I own at least 25 hats. And those are winter hats. Okay. Now, I do wear wigs, so they call those wig hats. That's back in the day, in the back days. Put on your wig hat. We going out tonight. So I wouldn't consider that a hat though. When I say a hat, I'm talking about, a spring hat, Easter hat, winter hat. So I have about 25, and 3/4 of those hats, okay, Sonia has maybe 4 hats. um 3/4 of those are winter hats. Now I'm getting ready to add to my hat collection because I have one hat that I wear in the summertime. And it's not time for me to retire that hat, but it's time for me to add to the summer collection because I may wear in the springtime, I may wear a wig or I may wear a hat. When spring and summer is in session, I wear a hat that will cover me. I also carry an umbrella. Y'all already know I have lupus, so this is how I have to do it to keep the sun off me if I'm going to be outside in it. Okay, Internet Granny says, I wear hats all the time because of the sun. I have 7 winter and 2 straw. Yeah, I have one straw hat. One straw hat. I have one. That's the one I have to add to. So I'm gonna be going to Marshall's sometime this month to go and get at least two more. Two more. I mean, everybody likes the hat that I wear, but it's just me. I feel like I need two more hats. And then, you know what? When you have lupus, you have to be careful about the hat you choose. The hat cannot have any holes in it. It can be stylish, but those holes have to be closed. It has to be a closed knit hat. There can't be any holes in it. Okay, and then Granny says, I got a black one and a beige one to reflect the sun off of me. Very good. I have a beige one. So I'm gonna go and see what kind of styles they have, what kind of colors they have, because I do like the wide brim ones, because the wider the brim, the more coverage you get. I mean, I'm not talking about astronomically big, but yeah, that gives me an idea. Yes, it isn't. It's no joke at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. You got to be careful with your skin. You have to be careful. Thank you, Sonia. You have to be careful. You have to be careful about what you wear. You have to be careful about what you put on your skin. You have to be careful of and mindful about what you do to your skin. Your skin is the largest organ of your body. So you don't want to ruin it, especially if you have lupus. So, I mean, all that other stuff, it's just it don't make sense. It don't make sense. You cannot do everything everyone else does when you have lupus. Those things are out the window. Out of the window. So, uh yeah, I wanted my girlfriend 2 years ago. Was it 2 years? Yeah, 2 years ago. I went with my girlfriend to get she wanted to get a tattoo. So she said, well, I'm going to Black Ink to get my tattoo. So I was like, well, who's tatting you? She said, well, I wanted old shit to do it, but you know, he wasn't available. I was like, okay. So she said, you want to go with me? And I was like, okay, I'll go with you. I said, but if you start, being squeamish and, yelling and all that, I'm bouncing. So she said, oh, I'm not going to do all that. Okay. So we get to the tattoo place that is closed now. It used to be 125th, but it's not there anymore. We get to the tattoo place. She made her appointment and everything like that. We was there for her appointment, and this guy said, well, which one of you are getting a tattoo today? And I was like, she is. So he said, "Oh, you're not getting a tattoo?" I said, "No." Mm-mm. So he said, "Well, why not?" I said, "Why not?" I said, "I cannot get a tattoo. I cannot get a tattoo because I have lupus. I have enough tattoos that lupus have gave me unwillingly." So, I just pulled up my sleeve a little bit and I showed him. He said, "Oh, yeah, yeah." He said, "No, no, no. You can't get a tattoo." I said, "I know I can't. You ain't got to tell me twice." So I've had lupus since 1998. So I know what time it is. I know, even, I'm going to go this far. Even when I do my own nails, okay, I use a UV light. I put on sunscreen on my hands and I put UV gloves on that leave my nails out so that I can do my own nails. I'm doing my protection and my due diligence so that I will not ruin my skin further. When I go out in the spring and the summer, I use sunscreen. Sunscreen is very important. Okay? Very important. Now, everybody does things differently. I mean, I have a friend that has lupus, but she has the SLE version. To me, that encompasses everything, but there's an SLE version, there's a DLE version, and there's a version of lupus that you get by medication. So she has the SLE version and she walks around in the sun without an umbrella. Who am I to tell her, "Girl, you need a damn umbrella"? Nope, I ain't saying nothing. She's been doing it for years. So who am I to say anything? You know? Oh, child. I know that's right. Shaking my head. So those are the reasons why I own a hat. Okay. And so many hats. I have more winter hats than I have spring and summer hats, but I'm going to correct that. We have to use sunscreen even in the winter on bright days. You know what? My doctor told me that when the sun is behind the clouds, you still have to use your umbrella. And I was like, "What?" She said, "Yes, you still have to use your umbrella." Yeah, I need one. I need one because the one I have is not big enough for me. I think it's 48 inches. I need a 54-inch umbrella. I lost my 54-inch umbrella going to court because they wanted me to do jury duty. And I left my umbrella in the building and I did not want to turn around and go back and get it. It was sunny that day. Yep, your doctor told you the same thing, huh? Facts. Yeah, so I have to get me another umbrella. I really do because and I want the right one. I want one that's going to cover me. Like I said, I need a 54-inch one. They have the 54 inches on Amazon, but they want $20 and $30 for them damn umbrellas. I think I'm gonna go to the umbrella shop because they have one here in Harlem. So I'm gonna go there and see what the deal is. if I can get a decent umbrella that will cover me more than this 48-inch one I have. And I could not believe that my doctor said that about the sun being behind the clouds and you should still have your umbrella up. Well, I'm gonna tell you, the doctor is right. The doctor is absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Exactly. And it is too much. $20, $30 for a damn umbrella. I'm like, I might as well go to the damn umbrella shop for all that. And that's what I'm gonna do. My thing is it has to be sturdy and not cumbersome. I want something that's gonna fold down and that I could put in my purse. Not something that I have to that has a handle, a curved handle that I have to hold on to, or I might lean it in the corner and forget all about it. No, 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 no. I don't want that one. I want one that could go in my purse. Okay. So that was the hat question that took us all the way around the world. Now, moving on to Friday, which was March 7th, 2025, the thought is be gentle to all and stern with yourself. When I read that after I posted it, I was like, that don't sound right. Because, I mean, you can apply this, but in these days and time, you cannot be gentle to everyone. Because it seems like to me, these are mean times. It seems like to me, these are mean times, and you just can't be gentle with everyone. I should have replaced gentle with nice, maybe. You just can't be nice to everyone, and you can't be gentle to everyone. Stern with yourself, excuse me, stern with yourself to me. I should have replaced that word, maybe stern, with discipline. Discipline yourself. So if I change the words, it would be be nice to all and discipline with yourself. That don't even sound right. Sonia said, I'll be nice unless they show they behind. And see, this is what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Because you can't be nice to everybody. And then they turn around and show they behind. And then you like, see, I should have kept my niceness to myself. Yes, ma'am. So be gentle to all and stern with yourself. Hmm. I mean, I wrote it, but I can question it, right? Internet Granny said, I just be direct. Exactly. I can give you a 100 on that one. Just be direct. That wipes out that whole sentence. Just be direct. Okay. So the question for that day, March 7th, 2025, was, has there been something you wanted to try but never did, and why? Has there been something you wanted to try but never did, and why? Yeah, there is something I wanted to try. I wanted to try skydiving. I mean, I'm still here. I can still do it. Maybe one day I will, and I'll come back and tell y'all, ooh, I went skydiving, y'all, so I can check that off my list. Sonia says skydiving is a no now. Internet Granny said, I want to parachute. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I want to skydive with an instructor, of course. It's on my bucket list too, Internet Granny. With an instructor, of course. I would like to skydive. What is that called when you are holding the little thing on the back of the boat and the boat is going and then it takes you up out of the water and the boat is still going but you're up in the air? I want to do that too. That looks fun. That I would like to do. So it's those two things for me: skydiving and uh I guess uh parasailing. Yes, ma'am. Parasailing. That's it. I would like to parasail and I would like to skydive. Those are two things that I really want to do. It does, doesn't it? It does look like fun. It really does. So that was the question. Has there been something you wanted to try but never did? So parasailing and skydiving are my two things that I would like to try and I never have. Number one, it's a money thing. Those things cost money. And on top of that, I just thought about this. Parasailing. How we gonna do parasailing? The sun gonna be out. We can't take an umbrella. Oh my God. See, these are the limitations that you have while you have lupus. Now, if you want to go ahead and ignore all that and wind up in the hospital, do you, boo boo? Go right ahead. But these are the things I think about. These are the things I think about. And you can wrap up. Yeah, you can wrap up. But what you gonna wrap up in? What are you gonna wrap up in to keep the sun off of you? Tell me. Tell me, and I might try it. Tell me, and I might try it. Oh my God. It's just like um I went on vacation with some friends of mine. And this was like I think in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. The hotel that we stayed at had a pool. What is this? Windsuit. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that thing that you go in and you have on that suit and all the air is going up and you just lay out flat. I want to do that too. I want to do that too. I will most certainly look it up. So we went to the hotel. The hotel had a pool. Mind you now, I had not been swimming in years, but swimming is something that you never forget. It's like riding a bike, but I hadn't been in the pool in years since I was diagnosed with lupus, right? So I said, well, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. So here I go. I get in the pool and I swim from one end to the other. One end to the other. Child, I was having so much fun, one end to the other. I felt so weightless and it felt so good to have on a bathing suit. And this place was covered. There was no sun. It was covered. The pool was covered. So it was really, really nice. Yeah. Uh-oh. I had so much fun until it was time to get out of the pool. Chlorine and lupus don't mix. Chlorine and lupus don't mix. Okay? I must have did about 4 laps going back and forth, right? I had so much fun. I went to get out of that water and it felt like I had 500 pounds of weight on me. And all I had on was a bathing suit. All I had on was a bathing suit. I had to ask for help to get to my damn seat. And when I sat there, the longer I sat there, I said, oh my God, I can't get up. I cannot get up. Thankfully, one of the person that was hosting this trip, her brother came with us. Her brother carried me because I could not walk. It felt like I had 500 pounds of weight on me and I could not walk. I could not take not one step by myself. He scooped me up like I was a rag doll. He scooped me up, took me to my room, put me in the bed, and that was all she wrote. Okay? I could barely get down to dinner that night. And after dinner, I went right back to my room. Yeah. So this is why I don't swim. I know how to do it. It's just like roller skating. I know how to roller skate. Okay. But these are some of the things that your body is just not going to tolerate when you have lupus. Okay? About 10 years ago, somebody, one of my wife's friends gave a skate party. Here we go. We going to the rink. Ciao. I put them skates on and I felt like I had Herman Munster shoes on my feet. I could not lift that skate up off the damn floor. Okay, what about a saltwater pool? Well, hun, I haven't tried one. I haven't tried a saltwater pool. Maybe I will this year, and I'll come back and let you know what's up. I remember I was like that with hydrotherapy. I'm telling you, I don't know All I know is having lupus and chlorine, those two don't get along. And ever since that day, I have not been in another pool, not even a saltwater one. That is weird. Sometimes shoes do feel heavy. Exactly. And we're not talking about inline skates. No, we're not talking about the inline skates where all the all the wheels are in a row. We talking about the old, two in the front, two in the back, stopper in the front. That's what we talking about. I could not lift that skate up off the floor. Know what I did? Talk to your doctor first, please. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. I'm not getting in a saltwater pool. I'll talk to my doctor first. That was my mistake with the chlorine. Okay. Uh, so what I did was I skated over. Well, I rolled over to the nearest bench and took them skates off because I knew I could not do it. There was no, oh, get on the floor, maybe. No, 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 no. If I can't skate right here on this little rug, then I know I cannot skate on that slippery ass floor. Okay? Let's see. I tried that about 10 years ago. Ain't been back. See? See what I'm talking about? So, yes, I did. I rolled my ass to the nearest bench. I haven't been I haven't skated in 30 years, but I want to try it again. Well, girl, you go right on ahead. You try it. I bet you'll do better than me. The wife said, what are you doing? You just put them skates on. And I said, I'm just taking them off. Everybody else was whizzing on by. They was dancing, doing a line, all these tricks. So I danced that day. I danced from the sideline. I still had a good time now. I did. I still had a good time. It's just that I couldn't get on that floor and skate. That's all. So when you think about it, there are things that some people take for granted that you just can't do when you have lupus. You just can't do it. Yeah. I mean, I had fun. I told my wife, I said, you go out there and skate. Yeah, she put her skates on. She put her skates on and went once around the rink, came back and took them suckers off. Okay. We had a good time. We had a marvelous time. There are things that I took for granted since I had lupus. I'm like, I can't skate. I can't swim. I can't go out in the sun. I can't walk on the beach. Can't get a fucking tattoo. I can't do a lot of things. Okay. So does the lupus come out of nowhere? Girl, yes it does. That's the short answer to your question. Yes, it does. No warning. I didn't get no warning. Okay. Nobody knocked on my door. Lupus is coming tomorrow. You better be ready because it's coming. No warning. No warning. None whatsoever. Okay. The symptoms just start, and if you don't go to the doctor right away, Your ass is grass and that lupus is the lawnmower. You hear me? It's a good thing I went when I did. Okay. Yeah. I went. I went after all my hair had damn near fell out. Okay. That was a signal to me because I was like, this never happened. Never happened. This, what the hell is going on here? Yeah. Yeah. You get a lot of warning signs. And Sonia J, if you can, you should read up on it because lupus affects children. Let's see. Mine started with a bump on my nose. Lord have mercy. And see, I had a scratch in my face because I had gotten to a fight. So I had a scratch in my face and it just never healed. But that happened before my hair fell out. Okay? My hair fell out afterwards. And, you know, all these things together, when you're healthy, you don't think. I had never heard of lupus. I had never heard of it. I had no clue, none whatsoever. So when I did get the diagnosis and I came home and told my mother sat here and cried like a baby. I say sat here and cried like a baby because it was in this very apartment that I'm in right now. So she cried and I couldn't understand. I'm like saying to myself, I said, Ma, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. She said, you don't understand. You could die before me. And I'm like saying to myself, okay, but I'm not dead yet. Why are we going to cry now? I had no idea whatsoever of the fight that I was in. I had no idea. But I made it. Let's see. I'm telling you. Let's see. 2025. Hold up. 1998. This July 17th of this year, I will have had lupus for 27 years. I thought that I had scratched my scalp from the hairpins holding my French roll up. Oh, yeah, have mercy. 2015, see? It's 27 years fighting this uphill battle to stay alive, and not very many people understand it, especially Black women. We are the number one up there to get it. And it's just not us, it's children, it's men. Men are on the rise too. And it's women of color, Chinese women, Spanish women, Chinese, Spanish, white. Exactly. People have no clue. And they don't want to read. They would rather ask you. Really? Child. Listen, that is the recap, episode number 10 for Monday, March the 3rd, Wednesday, March the 5th, and Friday, March the 7th. I will be back here next Sunday for episode 11 of the recap. And I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope that you took something away from this. Yes, great conversation. I love the conversations. I really do. Thank you for joining me, Internet Granny. Thank you for joining me, Sonia J. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Make sure that you pay attention to the community wall, where I will be dropping the questions of the day Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 o'clock. Okay? You all take care. Join me next Sunday for episode 11 of the recap. Y'all take care. You too, Internet Granny. You better get your rest.